Hello and welcome everybody to the Star Ladders Pro Series. It is the playoffs for it, for Season 11 that is of course. CoF, Central of Fear versus Scary Faces. Central of Fear, they've been going under the name of The Adventure of 5 Idiots, most recently I do believe. So for this tournament though, they are Central of Fear once again. But Scary Faces of course, going up against them in this best of 3. This is the lower bracket already. Once you lose, you are completely out. It is a best of 3 though, so there's at a minimum of 2 games at the very least, but looks like MDL has some massive loading issues for the time being. So I guess we can just wait for him, just because these days you can actually pause just while in the waiting screen. Otherwise we would have to go back into the lobby, then come back into the game and so on and so forth. But hopefully it's gonna be here shortly though. But coming into this series, I really don't have any clear favorites. I've seen Scary Faces only a couple of times. Central Fear, I cast a little bit more of them, but they've also had some kind of lineup changes in between. So I don't really know what or exactly to expect from them. So I'd say just from personal experience that Central Fear might be like the slight favorites coming into this, but Scary Faces, I recognize more or less 2 names, State 21 and Quista from before. The other ones might have undergone some name changes or whatnot, but well, if you're wondering who the hell I am just Couchor from SLTV. For this game, unless there's gonna be a remake, I'm gonna be going solo, just because there was a power out for my co-caster, but for the second game, he will be joining me as well, or at least I can hope that he will be joining me. So looks like MDL has connected and we can get ourselves into the draft, guys. So here we are, best of 3 starting between Scary Faces and Central of Fear. Also to note out that Scary Faces, they chose the dire side, whereas Central of Fear chose first pick for themselves, if you think it makes any kind of difference. But looking at the bans, straight off Broodmother ban. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen too much of Scary Faces recently, so not too sure if they're playing that hero or not, but I guess Broodmother is really annoying to deal with. It kind of forces your supports to go into the early detection, whether it be sentries or dust, and usually you cannot really just afford it if you're the support early on. So that's an annoyance to say the least. Also, not only that, there's also the fact that you actually have to like commit one support there at all times almost, depending on what laner you're running. If it's like an Axe, yes, Axe can definitely take on Broodmother solo, but there are a lot of heroes that just cannot handle the Broodmother solo, so the supports will have to be there to babysit, which means they cannot really roam around, whereas the enemy supports can go gank mid lane, for example, something along those lines. But Tidehunter was banned by Scary Faces, so just taking out one of the more popular offlaners, I guess. Ravage is definitely really hard to fight into, especially if there should be a refresher orb as well. But Troll Warlord is the second ban, so definitely slightly weird bans coming out, I guess. Broodmother maybe not as much, but Troll, it must be kind of team specific. So I guess Central Fear kind of have done their homework here. Scary Faces though, they're gonna ban out the Skyref, so Scary Faces is just going for the generic kind of bans. I mean, Tidehunter and Skyref Mage, they are heroes that in most games will get picked up anyway, but Central Fear just taking advantage of the bans, going for a Broodmaster, but Scary Faces starting with an Omni Knight and the Slark to be the second one. Oh god, a repelled Slark. It's gonna be hard for Central Fear to actually deal with that. So there are a couple of ways you can try to deal with this. One is, for example, just go for a Diffusal Carrier. A Juggernaut wouldn't be too bad for it, for example. Juggernaut also, just Omni Slash is decent-ish against the Slark, although Shadow Dance might just screw you over completely. But if you know the Shadow Dance is already on cooldown, just Omni Slash, easy way to kill really anybody. So that's one possibility. If not, just something like a Faceless Void could have been there as well, just Chrono the Omni Knight so he can't do anything, but they're going for a Terror Blade instead. So Terrorblade definitely is scary, and Repel, I mean, he doesn't care too much about magic immunity, although Guardian Angel will definitely be a pain in the ass for Terrorblade, especially later on, and if there should be an Aghanims on Omni Knight, if everybody actually gets value from it, and not only the players. If you get the Aghanims, there's also just the possibility, of course, of the towers, getting the Guardian Angel, so Terror Blaze push will be slimmed down a little bit as well. But Legion Commander now banned out by Central Fear. I guess Legion is pretty decent in dealing with the Terror Blade. Also, just duel into the purification of the Omni Knight is a lot of damage and makes it rather easy for you to win duels. And not only that, with the duel, if you can get it on the Brewmaster before the Primal Split, it just means that Brewmaster won't be able to Primal Split, most likely just because he's gonna die within the duration of the duel. So we'll see what the bans will come out next. But Scary Faces, they've just banned out the Dazzle. I mean, I guess Dazzle is a strong enough hero in most cases anyway, just the heals are rather annoying. With the Terror Blade, lots of illusions, even the Brewmaster Brewlings, just the Shadow Wave, more targets to bounce off of, which means more damage output on top of the heal that it already provides. So it's not a bad ban, I guess. I mean, I just love Dazzle in most cases, but not too sure if Central Fear would have gone for it regardless. As for Scary Faces, is this an Omni Knight support? Is this an Omni Knight offlane? I would probably be expecting a support Omni. There's a slight chance that it might even be like a mid Omni Knight, but that's really rare these days. Or well, it has always been rare, I guess, not only these days. But Viper, the second ban from Central Fear, that's definitely a hero that can kind of dominate the lane up against most heroes as well. Brewmaster otherwise would have had a hard time as it is. As for Scary Faces, I think something like a Puck wouldn't be maybe too bad. Just really elusive hero. Central Fear so far don't really have any lockdown to deal with the Puck either. So just blink in, Waning Rift, a Dream Coil, just try to deal with the Terror Blade that way. And any kind of lockdown or silences that you can have against the Terror Blade will be nice, just to make sure that he cannot actually sunder his way back to full. As for Scary Faces now though, picking up an Earthshaker. So the one downside of the lineup so far is that they are, well, all melee heroes thus far. But even with that, it might not be too bad. I mean, Brewmaster can punish it with a nice Thunderclap, for example. But Omni Knight just repelling somebody up anyway and most likely staying slightly on the back line. Same for the Earthshaker unless he gets like a Blink Echo Slam or actually finds a nice route where to just run in an Echo Slam. But Central Fear now going for a Shadow Demon. So do we have a Mirana to follow up this one? Maybe a Leshrac? Even a Lina might be possible, to be honest. And Lina with an Aghanim Scepter, if he ever would get one, wouldn't be too bad up against Repel either, just because it goes through Magic Immunity in that case. Although, speaking of things that pierce Magic Immunity, something like the Queen of Pain maybe wouldn't be the worst of options for Central Fear. Run like a Brewmaster offlane, although might struggle somewhat there. And now Scary Face is going for a Disruptor for themselves. So that is the silence. Earthshaker of course brings the lockdown. So between the Disruptor and the Earthshaker, they should have enough to deal with the Terror Blade. Also the Terror Blade's illusions as well as the Shadow Demon creating more illusions with that disruption. It just means that more targets for the Earthshaker to jump on. But Central Fear did go for the Mirana. I guess that combination was kind of to be expected. I mean, it's just such a popular one whenever Shadow Demon is actually picked up. Definitely not the go-to support hero at this point, but not to say that he isn't strong or anything. But Ancient Apparition was also banned out by Scary Faces now. Definitely would have made it harder for Scary Faces to actually survive. But now a Bloodseeker ban and Thirst is kind of a counter against the Slark, making it so that you cannot really get any value out of Shadow Dance. So that way it's not too bad at all. But Storm Spirit, the last ban from Central Fear, I would have loved to see a Storm Spirit, especially Storm Spirit with Repel just running around, wreaking havoc, and Central Fear wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. But they're gonna have to like deal with the Repel anyway, and Mirana might be a perfect carrier for the Diffusal. Although if it's in a support role, the Mirana, it's maybe not gonna be as easy for you to do so. But 7 seconds left for Scary Faces. what's gonna be the pickup for them? At the moment, it really feels like an Omni Knight offlane might be the mid lane Omni as well against the Brewmaster, although I would favor something like a Puck still. Maybe, just maybe, even a Queen of Pain just rushing Orchid, for example, wouldn't be too bad. And so far, you really don't have to be afraid of anything other than a disruption into Arrow. So, I'd say that Queen of Pain or Puck both should be solid choices here. Although other mid laners, I guess even a Wind Ranger maybe wouldn't be like too horrible. Can go for an Orchid as well. With the Wind Run, you can activate it immediately after you get just disrupted into Arrow. You should be able to activate the Wind Run in some cases before you actually get Arrow there. So even if you can't run and you're stunned up, you're still not going to get right-clicked at the same time at least. So anything with a silence, maybe some lockdown, wouldn't be too bad at all. But 20 seconds left, we're going to find out soon enough, guys. What else? I guess, I mean, Invoker wouldn't be the greatest, so they are going for Queen of Pain instead. So it was one of the choices for me at least. So Central Fear, they're going for the Axe and they are gonna go all out manly here. How are they gonna lane this though? Is it Axe off lane? I guess it's probably Axe off lane, Brewmaster mid, Terrorblade, Tri-lane, safe lane. Although there's like a teeny chance of Shadow Demon, Mirana, Axe going for an aggressive Tri-lane, but I can't say I would like that lane too much, to be honest. As for scary faces, I guess it's Omni Knight offlane with Queen of Pain mid, or Secret Disruptor Slark playing the safe lane try. So it should be somewhat passive of a laning phase. But then again, we do have Shadow Demon and Mirana. If they don't start going aggressive, then it's just gonna be weird. I think you kind of have to make stuff happen with that combination. They're not that great going into the later stages of the game. Mirana can transition into a semi-carry of sorts if he goes for like a Midas, for example. But same for actually scary faces. Having the Earthshaker as well as the Disruptor, they can definitely roam around as well. Just Fissure into Glimpse. It just buys so much extra time for you to right click for Queen of Pain to just get maybe even 2 Scream of Pains off 7-second cooldown. So if the Earthshaker can block somebody in this way, oh goddamn, during the pauses you can't see it on the ground. But if it just blocks this path, I guess the mid laner, whoever it may be, probably the Brewmaster, he can try to run towards the river, towards the bottom side of the map, and escape that way. But too many times I've seen people just try to wait out the Fissure, but it just takes way too long. I mean, 8 seconds, it is just too long of a duration. But go has been given here, so here we go to introduce the lineups for scary faces for this first game of this best of 3. It is going to be Abash on the Disruptor, leaving Eknart on the Earthshaker, State 21, playing the Omni Knight with Shadowwech on the Queen of Pain, and the last one is going to be Quista, playing the Slark. As for their counterparts, Central of Fear, RNT playing the offlane Brewmaster for now, Klasinki heading towards the mid lane on the Terrorblade, with MDL on the Mirana, with Last Shorty on the Axe, and Sjok playing the Shadow Demon. So I have to say, I wasn't really expecting the Terrorblade to go mid lane. Of course, it's going up against an Omni Knight, and Queen of Pain will be offlane instead. There is still a lack of lockdown from Central of Fear, although disruption into Arrow still, if timed correctly, will be faster than the Queen of Pain's ability to blink away. So I'd like to say I would prefer the Omni Knight offlane, maybe even. Maybe, just maybe, Scary Faces were expecting an aggressive tri-lane of sorts as well, so they were expecting Queen of Pain to maybe solo lane against Axe or something. But we'll see. I mean, Axe being on the bottom lane is just additional lockdown as well, so you can even like disrupt into nicely timed Berserker's Call, for example. Don't even need to get the immediate arrow follow-up. First Bounty Rune picked up by Quista though. If he wants to go for a Hand of Midas, which definitely might be the item choice for him, he can get it now just a little bit faster thanks to the Bounty Rune. Mirana gonna pick up the second one. Always nice for supports or really anybody to have the golden XP. But for Scary Faces, Queen of Pain already blocked the double pull through. So Central Fear, they either have to just stack the pull camp, or make it so that the pulls will only be single ones, which in return means that the lane will be pushing out after the pull. Just because a single, just small camp is not enough to destroy the entire creep wave. Unless you can only like drag away 2 creeps or something like that, then it might be fine. And if you start denying straight as they drop below the deny threshold. But Queen of Pain at the moment playing it extremely safe, as you kind of have to be as well up against the Shadow Demon. Whereas RNT, I mean, he should also be playing it rather safe just because you can get fissured this way. And if you're blocked in, tanky as you may be, you're still probably gonna be screwed. Especially as they get at least level 2, so the Pounce and the Dark Pact will be there. Maybe I'm going for Essence Shift for Quista. Mid lane though, State 21, taking some harassment from Terrorblade, who already used the first Metamorphosis. After that though, can't do much to an Omni Knight. Omni Knight rather high on base armor, but of course, same applies to Terrorblade, especially with a poor man shield as well. So State's right clicks won't do much of anything to Klisinki. I mean, 8 armor, poor man shield, blocking some damage as well. Of course, Omni Knight gonna go for like a Puddle or Soul Ring. Yep, Puddle first. Even a Soul Ring might come after, maybe Arcane Boots. But the point will be the same, just to have the sustain mana to go for like Purification to get the last hits with that, as well as harass Klisinki at the same time. But Central Fear already pushing towards the tower. La Shorty didn't go for the proper creep skip. Doesn't really want to, or doesn't even have any points into Berserker's Call yet. Although they are pinging out Shadowway, I believe. He is just soaking up some XP. So that's good for him, of course. But Axe, if he gets the early Blink Dagger, he can just start making so much happen. If only the Brewmaster would get the follow-up Blink Dagger soon enough as well. At the moment though, he's level 2 but 0 last hits. Looking at the Queen of Pain, more or less the same situation, but is almost an entire level ahead so far. Still, last Shorty on the Axe, gonna have to make a lot happen. If you get just safe lane, free farm, you're gonna have to make a hell of a ton happen for your team. And Axe definitely a momentum based hero. And with a maxed out Berserker's Call, it's a really long duration just disable as well. Not too sure if he's gonna be maxing it out just because so far he has the Battle Hunger. I mean, the movement speed is nice from it. And it does a lot of damage as well, unless you kill a creep or kill a unit. But 3 minutes in, nothing has happened yet. No real proper attempts. Mid lane though, Shadow, he goes in deep, wants to get the courier, only gets 1 right click. Almost got the second as well. No idea what the entire plan was. Maybe it was like Queen of Pain getting next to Klisinki into a Purification, but they needed a lot more for that. If Queen of Pain was like level 5, had 2 points to Scream of Pain as well, I would have seen it happening. Maybe courier was kind of the target from the get-go, but not to be unfortunate for them, would have been a really just huge blow for Central Fear just because it's so much gold given away. But looking at Terrorblade at the moment, he has his Tangos, but not going for... I guess you don't really need extra regeneration just because you have decent enough base regeneration and Omni Knight cannot really harass you too often at the moment. So it's fine that way. Now Shadow, he's back to the bottom lane, trying to harass Axe, but Axe really doesn't care too much about Shadow Strikes. Has 2 Tangos and the healing cell still as well. Up to 1.6k gold. Is it a naked blink, really? I mean, as much as I said that he needs the blink, naked blink I don't think would be the correct choice. At least get boots of speed as well, but now RNT, he overextended a little bit, the Fissure not coming out yet. There's the Fissure though, it's not a complete block, there's the Pounce following up though. It's gonna be enough I think, but the arrow lands into Eknar, that's the first block for RNT instead. Quista is gonna have to escape as well, no Pounce anymore. They are going for a bash, maybe. They did just go for different targets for the start. Oh, the creep's coming and block shock, might get 1 more right click in. Where's the Soul Catcher? Right clicks into Quista instead. There's the Kinetic Field Shock. Does run out of it though. Almost got the kill onto a bash. 1 more right click would have done the trick, I do believe. But the turnaround being there. The Fissure, first of all, not blocking them completely, which in return meant that Shadow Demon could a little bit more easily back them up as well. But that disruption just into Thunderclap. No Soul Catcher was even used. And now Soul Catcher is level 2. So if they get the arrow to follow up once again to the disruption, it's just going to be the end of somebody. I think almost immediately so. But they want to dive Quista maybe. The Creep Wave is going in. So with the Creep Wave tanking the tower, it's possible. But Earthshaker is around as well. Has the Fissure ready, of course. Has enough mana for the second one as well. If he uses a Clarity. Random arrow. Not going to catch anybody. Bottom lane, Axe 34 and 7. Highest farmer so far. But Queen of Pain finally going to get some last hits as well. Knowing that the supports are not around. Or at least one support is not on the bottom lane. That's already gonna be enough. If you just saw an arrow top lane, it's like, yeah, easy XP for the Queen of Pain. But now, are they gonna make a go top lane? Never mind, Chuck. Might be trying to eat his way through the trees here. Just playing it a little bit sneaky. If only they had a ward like here. I mean, they have a ward behind this tower. Or behind the tower the other way. It doesn't give them any vision of the hero. Now they see Quista. So it's some pretty decent vision, but it's not enough to actually go for a proper kill yet. The angles really aren't the greatest either. If you go for the Slark now, if it comes a little bit closer to like try to last it around here, you might hit the creep with the arrow. And Shock, first of all, has to get in range as well, but Axe does get his blink dagger already. Did go for the completely naked blink. Didn't even purchase it from the side shop, just to make sure that the Queen of Pain does not know that it is there. So they want to keep scary faces in the dark. And with the blink, if it comes out as a surprise, it might be well worth it. But can you make the rotation and actually just make use of it? On the top lane, for example, if you jump Slark, there's not much scary faces can do. There's a Fisher, of course. But Mirana and Sharadim still hanging around the top lane. I mean, the kill has to happen here, right? Shock. Oh, never mind. There's the kinetic field. They catch RNT. Pounce will miss though. Disruption came out. Arrow will land into RNT, but Quista dropping so damn low. One more thunderclap. They get the kill. So, nicely done. Arrow landing into Quista there. Just 2-0. There was even a TP coming in for scary faces, but Omni Knight really not able to do anything at all. The TP was also scouted out, but even with that death, Quista has enough last hits to get himself that Midas now. So it's a reasonable timing, of course. No boots, no nothing before that, but with this, he can get guaranteed levels, as RNT now might be in some trouble. Do they have the glimpse? Yes, they do. It's level 2. Kinetic field to follow. Pounce is there as well. RNT will not be escaping this one. Eknart picks up the kill with his Fisher here. So they're gonna be fine. As they kill Brewmaster though, Shock and MDL will be making the rotation back towards the top lane. As Brewmaster spawns, might be TPing in. Last Shorty has a TP as well. Even has enough mana for all of his spells after the TP. Well, not all, but Berserker's Call and the Culling Blade. Top lane now. Oh, they catch Eknart. A few more right clicks. They get the kill, but Pounce into Shock. Trying to TP out. A few more right clicks. Is gonna be brought down, but RNT will thunderclap a bash. One more right click. Gets the guaranteed crit as well. So it is going to be a 2-for-1. 2 supports for 1. Definitely still favoring Central of Fear. And Last Shorty now. He's made his rotations, but can he Berserker's Call? Purification is there. Repel as well. Guardian Angel. Oh my god, they need a little bit more, but being melee definitely sucks for chasing as well. Axe does make it out. Almost even died there. Never mind, he does die because he runs back into a Fisher. Thunderclap lands on free, but he's completely out of mana. No Primal Split anyway. If only Quista had a little bit more mana for another Pounce. But Axe dying there. He was the highest farmer for their team. Or never mind, I guess Klasinki doing better. Even just harassing the mid lane buildings now. But Axe just really needs to set the pace of the game. He needs to be carrying the momentum for their team in most cases. But that was just a little bit of a fail. Nice purification, of course, as well. And Klasinki, he's gonna claim the tower. Gets the last hit for himself. Lots of gold going the Terrorblade's way. He can easily start going to jungle now as well. The Fisher will miss completely. It's not even a proper block. Klasinki, is he gonna turn things around? He was thinking about it. If he had 1 point to reflection, maybe would have been able to get it. But not to be. 4-3, the kill score. Brewmaster picks himself up a Midas as well. So going for kind of a catch-up Midas, but definitely needs the levels. And actually Brewmaster is one of the heroes that I don't mind the Midas on in most cases. I mean, Blink, definitely nice, but your Axe has the Blink, so you have some form of initiation already as it is. And with that Midas, you can just go for like a Vlad into AC, into Abyssal Blade, something along those lines. So even Brewmaster can be relevant late game, but bottom lane, there's the Fisher into Axe. Do they have the ultimate? No, not enough mana. Queen of Pain needs to bottle up a little bit, but Shock, he's around as well. So he has the disruption, already uses the Queen of Pain. He's just gonna get the hell out of there. And Eknart will get dunked. The first dunk, the first sacrifice to the Axe gods has come out right now. RNT also hits level 6, so he has the Primal Split. He can even Thunderclap, Primal Split, and get the solo kill on the Disruptor if he really wants to go for it. Especially with the Midas usage now hitting level 7, it's gonna be even easier. Although, he actually cannot afford to just get Essence Shift all that much, just because, like 2 stacks of Essence Shift, you're already not gonna have enough mana for a Primal Split, as was a Thunderclap. Power Threads, finished on Quista though. He farms still. Oh, the Pounce actually lands in one state. He's even around. The Silence comes out. Purification will nuke RNT down. Omni Knight picks up the kill. Really nice Invis rune usage there. Up to 2.6k gold. Goes for an early blink as well on an Omni Knight. Would have expected maybe just Arcane Boots, although I guess Bottle and Magic Wand will have to do. Or maybe just straight off Aghanim, something along those lines. Even a Yule Scepter is not a horrible item, I guess. But looking at the graphs now, it is about a 1800 network fleet still for Central of Fear, although it drops down a little bit. XP only a 400 difference. Finally, Tranquil Boots finished on last shorty as well. But they want to go for some aggression at this point. I mean, State does have a TP, and with a TP Blink, I guess you might be running a little bit low on mana though. It's really gonna become an issue, I think, throughout the majority of the game, with State not going for Arcane Boots, or at least a Soul Ring, something along those lines. And top lane, never mind, I completely missed it as Axe got the jump onto the Disruptor, I guess. Might have even been Disruption into Arrow, because Axe didn't use any mana at all, and I don't think there are Arcane Boots yet. Nope, no Arcane Boots to be seen, at least for the side of Central Fear. And now they're going for the tier 1 as well. Axe can easily just go stand here. It's just creep skip, kind of. Get rid of the creep wave, a few counter helix procs, and easy killings. That's exactly what he's gonna do, of course. They have to be sure to be able to back up Axe if scary faces actually come in as well. Although it's not that scary already, he even needs one creep with the Midas. Gonna have his own boots finished soon enough. Might even want to go for Arcane Boots, to be honest. Just get any kind of Arcane Boots, although with this tower going down, does Shadow Demon get enough gold? Nope. If he had gotten the last hit, maybe so, but even then I think would have been a little bit short. But what's to stop them from just keep on going? Create space for Klasinki, make scary faces just react to the 4 of Central Fear who are pushing. Although never mind, they're gonna back off as Quista was coming in on the Slippery Fish together with the Omni Knight. So not much gonna happen now. And although State and Quista still farming up relatively well, so is the Terror Blade, and Terror Blade even has a double damage as well. Is he gonna go for the kill Shadow Egg? He's gonna go down. Another Disruption Arrow in the top lane in the meantime. Axe still alive, but Quista wants to chase him down already. He's gonna get glimpsed back. Echo Slam spent for that. No Primal Split to come out. But the Moonlight Shadows will guarantee a Blink Dagger for last shorty. So it's gonna be a 1-for-1 in the end. Queen of Pain for Brewmaster. It's favoring Scary Faces just because Brewmaster was doing fairly well for himself, although Queen of Pain, I have to say, has caught up, if not in farm, at least in levels. But Klasinki bottom lane with the double damage, tries to go for the tower, nice spread as well, didn't get hit by the stun, and that guarantees the tower lasted. So that's the second one Klasinki himself has gotten. Already has the drums, does he have the boots finished as well? Yes, it's Boots of Travels already done. My god, he's almost 2k ahead of anybody on Scary Faces. I mean, yes, the Axe hasn't really accomplished too much yet, but just space created for the Terror Blade. Just farming up the jungle, going for the buildings when he can. If he can get another double damage like that, I guess it's gonna get somewhat harder now that there's only tier 2 still standing. But looking at the graphs, it's just going upwards once again. Central Fear up to about a 3500 network lead. XP still sitting at that 400, the magical 400. As State 21 looks to be going for an Aghanim Scepter now. Has the point poster, increases the mana pool a little bit as well, which is definitely nice for him. Pulls up a rune, so even more mana and health regeneration if need be. But they want to go top lane. If only they had the blink on Earthshaker, they still might be able to catch RNT. Do they have the Static Storm? They do. There's the stun. Static Storm will follow as well. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Purification, nice disruption though. He's gonna have to get the Primal Split off. It's not gonna happen. The Sonic Wave, last short, he blinks into it. Berserker Skull landing on what, like 3? But it doesn't do anything at all. 2 heroes down, 2 cores down. They might even catch shock as well. Trying to TP out, nothing to stop the TP with. Oh, Scream of Pain was a tad too late. And State 21, never mind. They kill off the Rana in the end. And they get the tower as well. So Central Fear, they were looking good, but this fight was just a disaster. Axe, he blinked in straight into the Scream of Pain. That was such an unlucky timing. And also just, he's not tanky enough at the moment to kind of take that. Maybe if he hadn't just gotten hit by that Sonic Wave. But it's just so devastating. He jumps in, gets a pretty nice Berserker Skull, but there's no follow-up to speak of. No Thunderclap Primal Split because, well, Brewmaster was already dead by that time. And they just kind of lack the AoE in general to follow up. They can arrow, for example, or just try to stack up Shadow Poison, but Shadow Poison is level 1 anyway at the moment, so not doing that much. Vitality Booster maybe for last shorty though, might be trying to go for a Vanguard. Or maybe waiting for the point booster money. Wants to go for the straight of Aghanim Scepter. Sell something, yeah, that's the point booster, so Aghanim Scepter will be the first item for the axe. Classic in the meantime, farming well, but they have to make sure that they don't lose too hard with just the other heroes. The strongest determined. Oh, Blink pounce onto MDL. He goes down before he even leaves. Just activate the Moonlight Shadow. Oh man, that was just devastating. Blink pounce into Purification into Dark Pact. Too much damage for support Mirana to just handle. And now Moonlight Shadows is also cooldown. So Scary Faces, another small victory for them. Queen of Pain definitely recovering in farm now as well. Going for the Aghanim Scepter. Definitely a worthwhile item these days on the co-op. Just 40-second cooldown from the first level onwards. Increases the damage a little bit as well, but it's really all about the 40-second cooldown. You can just clear creep waves, do massive amounts of damage, without really having to worry about like, oh god, it's gonna be a cooldown now for like 3 minutes, like Black Hole or something. Although I do believe Queen of Pain's ultimate is like 2 minutes? 135, so 2 minutes 15 seconds. But there's the smoke up, Scary Faces, they want to go for some more. Guardian Angel coming off cooldown slowly but surely. They even have the Scream of Pain ready. It's only level 1, but like we saw in the last fight, it's enough if you can get it to connect at least minimum on 2 heroes. Even on 1 it might be worth it, to be honest. But everybody on Central Fear, they're backing off. Oh god, last shorty, he might be the casualty. Egnart, never mind, not gonna get the Fisher to connect. Not the best of heroes to just start it with, and Slark in the meantime, never mind, was just farming up creeps. Will there be follow-up? The Sonic Wave will catch too, but they're gonna have to run through, or never mind, it's the wrong kinetic field. Never mind. But there's a counter smoke from Central Fear, though they want to get the Blink Berserker Skull they've been looking for. They might find it as well, aren't they? Goes in, blinks, Thunderclap. Glimpse is there, no Primal Split to be used, but there's the Blink Berserker Skull, lands on free, but there's no follow-up. Doesn't spin to win either, State 21. Just tanks up the arrow with the repel. There's the Primal Split. Quista has to be a little bit careful, but gets the pounce onto Shock. He's gonna get the kill as well, or is he? Boulder toss into Quista. Shock still alive. Are you freaking kidding me? Demonic Purge slowed down Quista enough. Now the Dark Pact doesn't do anything either. No casualties at all. That's extremely surprising. There's the Boulder toss again. In the meantime, Berserker Skull lands on two, but he cannot bring them low enough. He needs assistance. Somebody help the axe, guys. Nope, Echo Slam used. He just goes down. Finally, somebody died, but in the meantime, Klasinski does get the tier 2. Rat Dodo going on by the Terror Blades right here. It's not the prettiest of things, but they only lost an axe and they got the tier 2. It's actually a worthy, if not even a better trade for Central Fear. Mid lane, State 21. Blink into the mid, just purify himself up and nothing else. But Terrorblade SNY is finished. Still the best farmer in the game by quite a high margin, but Quista has the Hand of Midas, of course. So getting the levels, getting the guaranteed farm, reliable gold as well at it. And, well, has himself the first ultimate orb. It can only be expected to be that Eye of Skadi, especially since Link Ends wouldn't really get any value at all almost against Central Fear. It's like you won't get reflected by Terrorblade, I guess. But look at the just farm rate of Klasinski, and he has so much armor as well, even without lifesteal. Doesn't really care about some silly ancient just Thunderhide right clicking at him. Even as a podle if it's really necessary. Of course you need some kind of mana regeneration. I guess Ring of Aquila just by itself isn't enough. Or at least to fully replenish your mana later on. But 20 minutes in, or near 20 minutes in, the graph still in Central Fear's favor by about 2k net worth. XP though, 1800 I would say for Scary Faces. As the smoke is there for Shock and MDL, just a random arrow thrown will miss Quista. At least he knows something is going on. And does he have anything on the Chico? No, he does not. So Eye of Sky is still some time away for him. But can this Slark even solo carry this game? Queen of Pain is also a decent-ish carry, to be honest. And Omni Knight offers a lot of utility, but is this a game where the Omni just goes for like double Aghanim's Guardian Angel with Refresher Orb? To go for like a Hex between? Because all Lockdown is never bad as Earthshaker finishes up a Blink, so there's gonna be a Blink Echo Slam now. Or at least the possibility of one for the Earthshaker. As the Moonlight Shadow is used, I guess they want to go for a gank themselves. If they're gonna find somebody, it's gonna be a Quista, and it's probably the highest target, highest priority target. Although Krista backing off as well. So they're smelling that something's going on and just playing it smart. Or how smart? Krista wants to go back towards the engines. Maybe it's just a sentry. Just standing guard there. Nice Terrorblade Illusions still just pushing out the lanes and Scary Faces. Although they probably would be able to fight, it's just Central Fear or pretty much Klasinki split pushing, just keeping them at bay. And with the boosted travels, he can just TP from lane to lane. Even has a regen rune now, so he can just pop endless illusions almost, or at least pop in enough for his liking. So, bottom lane, looks like Scary Faces they're finally like, screw this guys, we have to get objectives of our own, and the tier 1 will be the target for them. Will Central Fear contest this though? I mean, they are on the bottom side as 4, they don't have the Moonlight Shadows, nor do they have a smoke, so they're not even farming at the same time, they're just gonna give up the tower and that's it. I guess with Krista standing in the front lines like that, being repelled up, there's not really too high of a chance of you just going in for the kill. But they get the tier 1, some nice gold their way. That's the Aghanim Scepter finish for the Omni Knight. It's a level 2 Guardian Angel as well. Shadowre needs another 1600 or so gold. Oh, bottom lane, the pounce catches last shorty. Purification is there as well. Krista repelled up, he can easily go for axe. Berserker Skull was already used, and now Klasinki, he actually arrives, he wants to go for Krista, might even do it. Never mind, Guardian Angel with the Shadow Dances there. Now there's the Echo Slam used. Arrow will completely miss, he gets the Sunder just before the destruction. Blink Thunderclap will land on free as well. Krista gets the pounce up, but it's finally a disaster for Scary Faces. Central Fear, that's what they've been looking for. Yes, they lose the axe, but they get 2 in return. Klasinki was a part of that fight as well. And man, of course, having a haste rune definitely helped out a little bit there, but that Sunder, nerf Sunder, guys, is just like, oh, I'm almost dead, no, 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 choking, I'm at full HP, no worries, guys. So really nicely done by Central Fear. Almost even managed to react in time to save the axe as well. But really key, just disruption coming out onto that Terror Blade. Although he got the Sunder off before anyway, so might not have made a difference. But I don't know. It's hard to call. As 2700 up on Krista Slark. So getting closer to that Skadi, Fisher and Pounce will just make clear that it's only illusions. As MDL has picked up a Blade of Alacrity. So gonna be that, well, I guess it can be a Yasha as well, but I would bet my money on it being a Diffusal Blade up against an Omni Knight. It's definitely just the more common of pickups in such a game. But Krista has the second ultimate orb. They're going for Roshan now as well. Shadowwing still does not have his Aghanim Scepter, unfortunately for them. This Queen of Pain at least has a level 2 ultimate, so that's definitely good. Klasinki, he's on the top lane now, under the Moonlight Shadows. Has himself an Eagle Song as well, so no Butterfly next. If he gets the Butterfly as well, he's gonna be just so damn tanky. Oh, of course, up against the magical damage that Scary Faces has, it might not matter too much. Especially if the Aghanim Scepter is finished on Queen of Pain, he can just blow up the illusions of Terrorblade with ease. The Fisher is there, will even land on the just correct hero. But Shadow blinks in aggressive. There's the disruption. Will something follow up now? Krista blink pounce onto Shock instead. Easy kills. La Shorty, Berserker Skull already in cooldown. RNT gets out of the Static Storm. So it's a 1-for-1 so far. Queen of Pain even buys back for this because, well, I guess Klasinki, he's trying to split push at the same time. MDL though, he's gonna go down. One more Raking Krista, he's gonna get repelled up as well. Finally, the Primal Split comes out. Is he gonna stand up anyway? Yes, Abesh will go down first. He might even be able to catch up to some more as La Shorty is rather tanky. If, well, never mind. Yes, the Calling Blade does come out onto Slark. So Slark just not enough HP, but oh, the Blink Purification, he gets axe in return. He's going to get stunned now. Nice Fisher will buy some time, but even the repel does not help. But the Guardian Angel sure as hell will. Guardian Angel TP out. They know they cannot stop it anymore. So in the end, it's what, a 3-for-3 with a Queen of Pain buyback. It's rather worth it. Oh, never mind. Now that the Slark has to buyback as well, it just got a hell of a lot better. And for some reason, he didn't pick up the second ultimate orb for himself. So that's Roshan down. Disruption is there. No arrow to follow up, unfortunately, yet. Never mind. Arrow just a little bit too late, so the blink happened from Queen of Pain before. So that's the butterfly and an Aegis on Klasinki now. Just has to wait out the metamorphosis and they are ready to go. He's pretty much 4k ahead of the Slark, who has had a Hand of Midas from, I do believe, the 7th minute. Aghanim Scepter also finished on a last shorty. So Calling Blade threshold is now 450 and it's only a level 2 Calling Blade. That is absolutely ridiculous. If you look at Disruptor, if he's down to half HP during a Calling Blade mid lane though, Static Storm will not be used. But the Blink enchant out them will be enough stuns anyway. But Mirana has died, so only has that single Blade of Alacrity. Not really getting closer to the Diffusal Blade. Gem though picked up by Shock. Is he gonna give it to like maybe even a Terror Blade or just somebody else? Although Brewmaster almost always gets targeted by just Static Storm, so he might die before actually getting off the Primal Split. And that is finally discarded on. Although Quista had to buy back. I guess didn't lose that much this early on. So Oblivion Staff pick up on state 21. I guess he does want to go for the Refresher Orb. Double Aghanims, just the Guardian Angel more or less ensures your safety in the fights because Terror Blade is purely physical. Just Brewmaster. Not that scary, especially as it goes later into the game, at least not his abilities. If he builds into like right clicks, definitely still gonna be scary. But Central Fear, they wanted to press the tier 2 down, but they're actually gonna back off for now. So, Klasinki, what is the answer by Scary Faces? They really haven't addressed the Terror Blade at all this game. Of course, Central Fear really haven't, I guess, given them the chance, but Central Fear have been controlling where and when just stuff happens this game. And now the last tier 2, oh god, last tier 2, it's gonna go down unless Backdoor Protection kicks in. Last Shorty even blinks in, just Battle Hunger's up and cart, and that's about it. Repel will get rid of it, so at least Earthshaker can blink now. That's actually one of the more annoying parts about the Battle Hunger. That you cannot blink for god knows how long, or pretty much about any kind of just damage over time spell. And whoa, never mind, we might have a kill shock. Gets the disruption onto Quista, but Quista still trying to chase him down. There's Shadow as well, it's gonna be a kill. That's a Gem of True Sight picked up by Quista. Arrow doesn't land into Abash. But he's gonna be fine, there's no follow-up, or at least not close enough. So, really nice pick off there, getting the gem as well. Short Demon getting a little bit too over-eager there, just overstepping his welcome there. Crossing the borders of his territory. But Klasinki up to 3.8k gold. What the hell do you even go for next? Do you anticipate like Heaven's Halberds or something like that and go for a Monkey King bar? Do you go for AC for some extra survivability? I think AC, I guess, wouldn't be too bad. It's not like he just needs extra damage per se. Well, no, we'll see. I mean, Terror Blade, definitely strong enough already. I mean, he's hitting for 200 and plus. Doesn't feel like he has that many items, but if you're an agility hero, Butterfly is a crazy damage item as well. Plus, of course, getting the attack speed from it. Midland out Central Fear, they're grouped up as free. Arrow will be let loose, just as a scouting purpose, I guess. Although Eknard might want to come in with a Blink Exclam. Fisher is there on the shock. Can they follow up? Blink Pounce with the repel being their purification to land the kill. Can they get more though? Can they get a glimpse on anybody? Nope. Don't have the required vision for the Disruptor to do so. BKB in the meantime is finished on RNT. We do not have an Aghanim Scepter done yet. Never mind yet. No Aghanim Scepter yet for Abash. Only has the point booster, so he's a little bit more tanky, but that's about it for now. If he gets that Aghanims though, the BKB might still be kind of useless. Aghanims finally 30 minutes in as a first item, Queen of Pain gets it. So I guess that's exactly why you don't really want to just have a Queen of Pain offlane. At least not up against a tri-lane like this. Although with the support rotating early on, he did get just XP from the lane, but he was a little bit too far behind by that time, I guess, for last hits, or proper last hits. But 12 to 17 is the kill score. Looking at the graph, 7,500 net worth lead for Central of Fear. XP still in the favor of Scary Faces by about 800. Blade Mail picked up on Axe now as well. Doesn't have the level 3 ultimate unfortunately, but Central Fear, what exactly are they waiting for? I mean, they waited for the ages to expire, I guess. For more or less no good reason. I guess they really don't want to fight. Just keep on split pushing. Squista is going for a Monkey King bar. They know Butterfly is there on Terrorblade, so it's a necessity as Terrorblade. Suddenly, there's a fully finished Skadia. That hero is so hard to be brought down now. Also the slows going through repel, going through magic immunities, if anybody even has BKB. Which does not seem to be true. At least Omni Knight is only like 820 gold away, but oh! They're gonna catch maybe even 3 with the Berserker Skull, never mind. One blink goes out, second blink as well. La Shorty cannot go for the Berserker Skull, finally gets it onto state, but oh, the double man! Sonic Wave, they're gonna get one, La Shorty will go down next, no Berserker Skull, Guardian Angel comes out, easy 2 kills. Can they get more though? They're trying to kill the Brewlings. One is down, Quista, gonna go for the Storm one next, so Earth one, the only one to survive. How long will it survive for though? Nope, never mind, it's not gonna survive at all. So 3-4-0, Omni Knight just turned around the entire fight. The repels, Guardian Angel of course, just making it so that Central Fear suddenly no freaking damage at all. Oh god. So 12-20, Central Fear, they have an extremely far Terrorblade, but they're not using it in fights. I mean, I guess they're really waiting for Terrorblade to be 6 slotted and then go. But now with the refresher, Guardian Angel on Omni Knight, even a Terrorblade might not be enough if Central Fear just keep on giving away fights like this. Oh god, it's definitely going to be hard. But then again, MDL finally getting closer to that Diffusal Blade. Has it almost completely finished, just needs the recipe, so another 700 or so gold. But Klasnicki up to 2.1. What's his next item even gonna be? He's almost 7k ahead of the next highest, which is Quista on the Slark. But it's really the Brewmaster and Axe not really accomplishing that much. As, whoa, what? When did they change the Blade Mail to look like this? Oh, first of all, I was like, what item is this? Is it the new item that I have absolutely no idea of? Nope, just a Blade Mail, guys, just a freaking Blade Mail. But look at this, XP is actually quite heavily in the favor of Scary Faces now. About 5500 already. Monkey King bar only about 700 gold away for Quista as well. Net worth 4k difference in the favor of Central of Fear. But most of that net worth is just the Terror Blade. If only the Queen of Pain had a little bit more than she has now. Still though, 40-second ultimate might not be that bad. Especially up against Terror Blade, you definitely need some way to just clear off the illusions, but as Terror Blade gets tankier and tankier, it's gonna be harder, infinitely harder for Scary Faces to properly clear up all the illusions. Guardian Angel definitely will buy the necessary damage though, especially double Guardian Angel. I mean, with an Aghanim's it lasts for, well, still 8 seconds. But Quista farming up the jungle now. Doesn't look like either team has too much just intention to go for like massive team fights or anything. And although Terrorblade is getting more and more farmed, not too sure if you really want to only have your Terrorblade farm still. If we had like one set of racks already as well, it would be a little bit better, but have they even done any damage to tier 3? All top tier 3, never mind, down to 445 HP. Mid though, maxed out, bottom, about 500 damage done. Smoke picked up by Shock as well. Whew, for a second I was like, oh god, they're gonna make the jump for something, but nobody was there. So Monkey King bar down for Quista, so he's gonna ignore the butterfly. Brewmaster in the meantime finishes up that Vladimir's offering, so we're gonna help out his melee brothers. With some lifesteal, with some extra damage for everybody. As well of course some armor. Which maybe isn't that crucial against SFZ. Scary Faces. There's the Diffusal Blade though. I guess Central Fear might have been waiting for this, and they are grouped up now as well. They even have a smoke. They would like to make sure that there's no gems or anything around, or just no gems, what am I saying? No sentries or something like that. As just Roshan scouting going on. Roshan might be the next big fight that we're looking at. At least with the teams, how they're positioning themselves and how they're scouting out Roshan constantly. Although, never mind, we might see an initiation. State, if they get this kill, Berserker Skull lands onto 2, as does the Sonic Wave with the bash. He goes down first. My god, Disruptor, he just ceased to exist. Quista now might be next, gets defused up. No Guardian Angel now. But are we gonna see a second Guardian Angel? State 21 still has it if he needs it. But there's the Berserker Skull. It's gonna go down before he gets to use it. That's the death. 3 kills. Clean ones as well, pretty much. Klasinki, they can easily just keep on with the push. Still have the duration left on Metamorphosis. RNT even chases down a kill on the Earthshaker. Did have to use the BKB for that, but somewhat worth it, forcing out the buyback. So can they defend now? Queen of Pain also has buyback, but they kind of need Omni Knight. They need the second Guardian Angel, which they just didn't use. But the tower, pretty healthy still. I mean, backdoor protection is there. And well, it's just illusion. Illusion damage got nerfed as well in the previous patch onto the buildings. But that was still a good fight. Forcing out 2 buybacks. Yocto, he's gonna get pounced up by Quista. Easy kills, but Echo Slam lands onto last shorty. Sonic Wave to follow as well. And under the Static Storm. Shadow Wave. Trying to go for Klasinki potentially. There's no Aegis, never mind. They don't want to give him a free Sunder, I guess. Bait with an illusion. Probably not gonna happen either. But in the end, it's like a 4-4-2 with 2 buybacks on Scary Faces. Earthshaker as well as the Queen of Pain had to buy back. So that just means Queen of Pain is not gonna get an item of importance for quite some time still. 4.9k in the meantime on Klasinki, who got himself a regen rune as well. So you can just galore, keep on farming. Don't even go back all the way to base like most scrubs. Just keep on farming. RNT also up to 2k gold, so can go for a Hyperstone if AC is the next choice for him. Can try to go for straight off Abyssal as well if he feels like that. Do we have any BKBs to counter even on Scary Faces? Nope, not at the moment. As Arrow will fly into Roshan. Roshan definitely up. Arrow though, never mind, didn't connect on Roshan, but they got the necessary vision for it anyway. But Slark, he's dead. He's going to respawn in 3 seconds though. So Central Fear, can they do Roshan in time? I don't think they have any kind of minus armor coming out. Does not look to be the case. Klasinki finally backing off as well into the Roche pit, maybe. Just wait for the cluster F there. Arrow will not land, but scouts out 2 at least. Blink immediately away from stage just to be on the safe side. Didn't really want to get followed up by like a Blink Berserker Skull. So playing it on the safe side of things. 39 minutes in, the graphs. Net worth still about 10k in Central Fear. XP zeroed out now as well. So Central Fear, they are ahead after the last fight. They want to go for 1 again. Arrow will miss, but oh, they're gonna get Abash. They don't want Disruptor to do anything but encard. There's the first card and Angel. Gets repelled though. Quista has to Shadow Dance. He's still safe. Is he gonna stay safe though? Klasinki with his BKB is just so damn strong. They're gonna go for Quista, who's pouncing to the low ground. The Angel's not gonna finish it off. Klasinki, he's gonna get stunned now. Can he survive? He has the Sunder. He's back to full HP. He doesn't care. Eknard will go down. Shadow gets the blink out as well, but both him and Quista dropping low. The kill of the Disruptor. Can they get some more as Omni Knight is all the way back in the base already? Guardian Angel, I mean, keeps them alive, but they just don't have the necessary damage to kill in return. They of course couldn't get the proper ultimates. There was no Echo Slam that fight either. So, oh, Sonic Wave, never mind, trying to delay things out. Arrow will miss, but that's the first set of racks. This is the beginning of the end, guys, man. Do not let a Terrorblade farm. All of them have buyback on the Radiant side. Dire has none. Looking at the net worth as well, it's just sickening. Terrorblade pretty much 10k ahead of the next highest. Shadow will get rid of his Battle Hunger with the Repel. But that is the second set of racks going down. Metamorphosis is not even needed for this anymore. Are they really going for the third? I guess they are. Well, why the hell should they care? There's a point to it. Quista blinks in, pounds, catches MDL. Should be an easy kill onto Mirana. Indeed it will be, but State 21. Can he stay alive himself? They're just going for racks, they don't care. It is super sized Mega Creeps. Nice Sonic Wave catching free. Klasinki going to get stunned up as well. Silenced in the Static Storm. Pops the BKB, gets the Sunder as well, and that is GG called. Even TP's out. just for good measure. So SLTV coming into this game, I guess they were somewhat the favorites. Also taking the game, it's just scary faces. They got split pushed until Terrorblade was just too strong to deal with him anymore. So nicely done. Waiting for the Diffusal Blade as well before going for huge fights for Sentinel of Fear. So they win the first game, they're a step closer to advancing to the next round, whereas Scary Faces, they're a step closer to just complete and utter elimination because this is already the lower bracket. But guys, this was game number 1 in a best of 3 series, so we're going to be coming back with game number 2. For that, I'm probably going to have a co-caster as well. MRP, more rage please, hopefully he's around. But guys, for this game, this is it. Thank you so much for tuning in, supporting us, as well as the Star Ladder, of course. This is the Pro Series, if you are wondering. Definitely just lots of good teams coming out from the Pro Series for the next season, Star Series. So we'll see who's gonna just come out, emerge victorious from this playoff. We're gonna find out on the 13th. But until then, we have pretty much the playoff games every single day. But for now, guys, thanks again for tuning in. You can follow us on SLTV on both Facebook and Twitter, and see you guys for game number 2.